come back to 2 in a second, since we'll do all the Desmos things in a second. For number 3, this is not one you could do in Desmos. But if we're looking for domain, is that your x values or your y values? X values. So you're going to put all of your x values, least to greatest, in order without repeats. What would that look like? -1, 0, 2, 3, 5. Okay. Number 2, you can put in Desmos. I'm going to type it in as is 8x minus, in parentheses, 6x minus 4 equals 10. And then x equals 3 should be your answer. Questions on that one? For number 4, if we put that in, -2x plus 3y equals -12, and you find your slope and y-intercept. So your y-intercept is at -4. Our slope looks like it's going up 2 to the right 3. So if I were to type in that equation, it should overlap. 2 over 3x minus 4. Which they do. So that would be your equation for 4. And then for 5, you can graph in one of 2 ways. So if I put this into Desmos as is, you can graph it by the x and y intercepts, and then graph your line. Or count your slope, find your y-intercept, and graph as many points as possible. There should be a graph on your answer sheet to do so. Questions on either of those? So I'm going to go through the answers on SOL A1, but before I do that, let me tell you which ones are due next. I had the thing. I think I remember this. Okay. So next Thursday is when these will be due, and I'll update Canvas to say this. SOL 2A, 2B, and 2C. All of those are going to be due next Thursday, because I don't see you Friday. SOL 2A is something we've talked about. 2B and 2C, we have not talked about those yet, so try to put those in Desmos, see if they give you answers. If not, that's okay. You can come see me either in class today, before or after school to get help on this. Yes. Informative.
So which ones did you say?
SOL 2A through C. Alright, so I'm going to go through these answers. And then if you want to see any in the calculator or in Desmos, we can go through those. So make sure you write these down so you can, at least the answers, you don't have to write down all the work, because you'll have the video to refer back to. So number 1 was 7. 2 was -7. 3, 576. 4, 33. 5, -19. 6, -28. 7, -10, and 8, 13. What questions did we have on any of those? And are there any of those 8 that we want to see in the calculator or in Desmos? Nature. 8 in the calculator or in Desmos? Okay. absolute value, you're going to go into alpha window. Yes. That first option gives you your absolute value signs. 2 times our x value is 2, and we're subtracting 9, is that correct? Alpha window. Oh, that was 15, not 15. Oh, is that correct? Minus 15. Got it. There we go. Now it's 15. Any others from those first 8 you want to see in the calculator or in Desmos? Nine. To translate this into words, it would be 5 less than 1/4 times the cube root of x. 9 through the rest of these problems cannot be done on Desmos. It won't really help you. So you'll need to know those words, those operation words. 10, the quotient of, so we're dividing. The square root of x should be in your numerator, and 5 should be in your denominator. Yes, because we are no longer writing division horizontally. 11, the cube root of the product of x and y, those should both be underneath the cube root, and then less 12 minus 12 after that. 12, I did extra work, so you don't have to write all of this. The translation part, the sum of, so we're adding 2 things, the square root of 16 and the product of 4 and the cube root of 8, so just this part is really all you need. If it said to evaluate, you could have kept going. The square root of 16 is 4, the cube root of 8 is 2, multiply, add. But that was more than what the question asked for. And then 13 could be written any of these 3 ways. 4 times the cube of a number is 84. So 4 times x in parentheses outside of that cube equals 84. 4 times all in parentheses x cubed equals 84, or 4 without any of those. Questions on any of those? And then on the back, 14, 16 divided by the sum of a number and 4 is 9. So 16 in your numerator, x plus 4 or whatever other number variable plus 4 equals 9. 15 was a little weird because Amy is 4 years older than Jose. So if you know how old Jose is and you add 4 to it, you get Amy's age. You kind of got to do that backwards. Then together their ages add up to 100, so you can either take the equation for Amy's age, add Jose's age to get 100, or combine like those. Questions on 14 or 15? Your words could be different if you did this one. I think I wrote like the most. You could shorten it or summarize it. 5 times the cube root of the product of 4 and x subtracted by the square root of y. You could have said 5 times the cube root of 4 times x minus the square root of y. Anyone write 16 a different way that they want checked? And then 17, I said the sum of y and the cube root of x, but you could have also said y plus the cube root of x. Nature. That would work. Right? Any other questions on this? So when we get back from lunch, you guys will have a couple different options. So listen before you pack up. Those of you who said you wanted to retake Unit 7 can be working on that stuff. Those of you who still need to do retake stuff for previous units, I will be passing that stuff out to you. Those of you who are missing Khan Academy from today or previous, I'll be talking to you. I may be calling some of you up to talk about grades. And then anyone not working on retake stuff or Khan Academy can be either working on the SOL 2A through C, or pick one thing in the back on the stack table. Do either your SOL thing or one of the things in the back, then you can do whatever you want. Okay? Questions on what we're doing when we get back?